Hello muses! I hope you're having an excellent spring. I hope you have lots of springtime flowers and sunny weather. We're having a pretty sunny, warm day here in southern Indiana for once. My name is Melissa and welcome to my channel, Melissa's Muse. I haven't recorded anything for several days because this has been a real emotional roller coaster for me this last week. Last time I made a video, I was on Pensacola Beach, my happy place. I absolutely love Pensacola, Navarre Beach area. It's beautiful. The beaches are breathtaking. If you've never been there, go, because the white sand, the sugar sand beaches, the clear emerald water, it's just perfect. I could just pitch a tent and live there. Alas, that's not allowed. It's frowned upon. Anyway, after that, we spent the week looking at several more properties there in Pensacola Beach, and we made an offer. We found another distressed property, and it was distressed, to say the least. It was going to need some major renovations, but we've done that before. So we made an offer, but then we found out that it was a bank repo, and the offer had to go through the bank, and the bank wasn't. The bank couldn't accept our offer. It had to go somewhere else to get approval, and we're like, okay, well, we're only here for a week. Bye. So we're back up here in southern Indiana now, and since we've been here, we've probably looked at maybe a dozen more properties in the last, I don't know, it hasn't even been a week. My husband went back to work, and he's been getting off a little bit early every day, and we just go out and I make a list in the morning of things that have come available. Usually it's stuff that we've seen that haven't sold yet, so we're like, well, you know, we passed up on this a month ago, but maybe we should take a look at it. So that's what we've been doing all week. We've probably looked at a dozen properties. We've made 2 more offers that were turned down. I don't know, it's just getting really redundant at this point. I mean, RV life and living full-time in an RV, to me, I mean, it would seem really glamorous if we were, like I said before in other videos, if we were moving around, if we were traveling and seeing new places, but we're not. And I have a pretty nice RV, so I don't really have much to complain about, but it's just getting in the mental space of living in a 29-foot travel trailer. So I've been doing a lot of meditating because I don't know, I guess since December, when we put our house on the market, I've been on an emotional roller coaster, and it started out with like one of those little kid roller coasters that they're real, you know, they're not real aggressive, and they go kind of slow, and that's kind of how it started out when we put our house on the market, and it sold within hours, of course. And then the closing went smoothly. Closing was on time. All this time we are looking at several houses a day properties. We're looking at properties because of course I want to get land and start a homestead. But I found out really quickly that the only thing, I mean, quite literally, this is strange, but quite literally, and I'll apologize for the noise, but it's the end of April in southern Indiana, and we're literally about 5 minutes away from downtown Louisville. And you know what that means? It's Kentucky Derby time, which means thunder over Louisville, which is this weekend. And so the air show, the guys are practicing and it's really loud, but forgive the noise. Anyway, so we've just been on a really big emotional roller coaster. We've looked at so much land. There's quite a few, well, I'm not going to say a lot. There are some parcels available in various, you know, from 2 acres up to 15 acres. However, quite literally, they are all either the slopes of very tall hills, and just the slope. It's not the top of the hill or the bottom of the hill, just the slope of the hill. I don't know who is responsible for portioning off the land that way, but like, who's gonna buy the side of a hill? I don't know. We looked at 2 actual cliffs, like they were cliffs. You could cliff dive off them. There was nothing on top of the cliff, or the bottom was just a ravine where you would fall and die. Not usable. We've looked at other things that were not quite as severe as a cliff, but not buildable at all. Yesterday, we looked at a piece of property that had a crevice and a sinkhole and what looked to me as like a cave, but I guess the county had come in and put a big iron bar in so that nobody can get in there and get lost. This was a 5-acre parcel, complete jungle, which of course we would be okay with if it was just like a gentle roll. That's fine, but no, it wasn't buildable. And so we found every hole, sinkhole, cliff, crevice, and the side of hill in central and southern Indiana and parts of Kentucky. We found them all. Too bad we're not map makers, because we could have mapped them all out. But anyway, that's all the land in the land category that's available. And the houses, just this morning, we put in an offer for a 32-year-old mobile home that was, I don't know, repairs had been started on it but not completed. It had no plumbing and it had raw sewage underneath it. It was in a nice neighborhood and it was only on an acre, but we made a full cash price offer like we've been making this whole time, and it was turned down. So it's like, if you can't even buy a 32-year-old mobile home with raw sewage coming out of it, I don't know. So I tried to keep positive, and I hadn't made videos for the last several days because I want to be positive. I don't want to be down, and I've been, you know, I'm human. I've been upset and frustrated and depressed about not being able to find a house, and a little bit alarmed because I follow a lot of van lifers and full-time RVers on YouTube, and I've been seeing a trend. Okay, the police have always been, I would say, not very gracious to homeless people. They've been abrupt and aggressive with homeless people forever. I mean, that hasn't changed. But I've seen lately a crackdown on van lifers, probably more van lifers than full-time RVers, you know, in a larger rig. And that's kind of terrifying, because I know how hard it is to buy a house, and we have cash. We have good credit. My husband has a long employment history, and I mean, we could get a mortgage if we wanted to. And if we can't find a house, like, how are younger people gonna find a house? And my heart goes out to them, and I'm really worried. And I can see the trends all across the country of law enforcement cracking down on people living in their vans, and even RVers, full-size rigs. And that's kind of terrifying, because where are we gonna go? I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive. I have been doing a lot of meditating twice a day, trying to get a different perspective on things. And I had a breakthrough a couple of days ago, and I talked to my therapist about it, and she confirmed what my suspicions were, was that I have been taking it personally this whole time, because I've been getting angry, like when we've been looking at houses that weren't even close to the quality of the house that we sold, yet they're asking way more, and they won't budge, they won't come down. I told you the story about the mobile home. It's like a 40-year-old, no, it wasn't a mobile home, it looked like a mobile home, but it was a stick-built house. But anyway, giant tree had fallen on it and caved in half of the house. They would not budge off their price, and we were offering cash, and we were only offering $5,000 less. They would not budge. Anyway, I started taking it personally. I was getting really angry, and I don't like that about myself. I don't like to get angry. I don't like to get emotional. I want to be positive. I want to be happy. I don't want to get emotional. And then I found out that it was because I was taking things personally. Like somebody, like the universe was doing something to me because I had done something wrong, like karma. Like I had done something wrong, therefore I deserve this. And I didn't even realize it, but that's why I was getting so angry, because I know I haven't been doing anything wrong. We followed all the rules, we paid all of our bills, we built up our credit. Anyway, we were following all the rules, doing everything that we were supposed to, not living beyond our means. We lived in a construction zone for 11 years, renovating these 2 houses, not going on vacations, not going out, not buying things. We were just, you know, real frugal with our money, because all of our money went to renovate these houses. Anyway, we made the right decisions, and then it seemed like, what? Well, okay, we did all this, so there should be a payoff at the end. It must have been something that I did wrong, and I think that was because of my upbringing. I haven't talked about it yet on this channel, but I was brought up in a very strict Christian household, and Christianity teaches that you'll get punished if you don't do the right things. So that's you know, what I had in my brain, that I must have done something wrong to deserve this. And so I was taking it totally personally, and when I came on that realization during one of my meditations, it kind of clicked. Oh, well, that's why I was getting angry, because I thought the universe or karma or, you know, these sellers, these greedy home sellers, was doing it just to hurt me. But they don't know me. They've never met me. I mean, come on. And I know I haven't done anything wrong, so stop taking it personally. Once I made that connection, I was able to step outside of myself and realize that I'm doing everything where Richard and I, my husband Richard and I, are doing everything that we can. And something, you know, something will happen. I know we're going to have to move out of our daughter and son-in-law's driveway soon, because the city is going to tell us to move. So I know that, but we'll find somewhere else to park our RV that we call Bessie. Her name is Bessie. We'll find a place. We'll survive. Everything's going to be okay, and it's not because we did something wrong. I didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. Nobody's punishing me. So once I made that connection, I was able to look at the situation from like an outside view and see that it's just the way things are now in this country. And I've heard from friends in the UK that the same thing is happening over there with real estate. So it's not just me, it's not something that I did. So I can calm down, and I haven't been getting as mad. It's still upsetting, and my therapist helped me to realize that I'm human and we have emotions. I'm not supposed to be an emotional robot. We have emotions, and this is a tough time. I mean, there's no way around it. We're not traveling around the country living in our RV by choice. We're stuck in one place because my husband has to work still. So this is by necessity, and I'm gonna have emotions about it. I mean, everybody would have emotions about it, and I'm not the only one. We're all in the same boat. We're all feeling the same squeeze. We're all seeing prices rise. I've been watching too many British people. I've been watching the prices go up. I've been seeing what's going on with real estate. I mean, it's impossible to even rent a place, let alone buy a place. I've been seeing the crackdown on homeless people. Tennessee passed a law against people camping on public use land and anywhere else on the side of roads or under bridges or anywhere that they don't want to see them. So instead of fixing the problem so people aren't homeless, they just pass laws to sweep it under the rug. And the type of person I am, I'm a humanitarian, and I will fight. I mean, I've gone to protests. I've gone to Planned Parenthood protests. I've gone to Black Lives Matter protests. So that's just my personality, and I'm angry that instead of fixing the problem, they're passing laws to make it a felony, in Tennessee's case, a felony to be homeless. Like, what? I mean, does that make any sense whatsoever? I don't know. All I can think is that the only people who are going to prosper are the private prison system, because a felony, you're going to jail. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm trying to stay positive, and I just wanted to let you know what was going on. We're still looking. We've got 3 or 4 more houses to look at this weekend. We're going to drive by because I hate wasting my realtor's time, because, I mean, we've been at this for 4 months now. We've been living in the camper for 3. We were looking before we even sold our house, and I don't want to waste her time. So we drive by them first and see them, and then if we're interested, like if the neighborhood isn't too bad, we'll call her and we'll get a viewing for the inside. So we'll see. I'm reservedly hopeful. I mean, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen. I'm getting more used to living in a smaller space. It's not easy. I still have worries, but you know, I'm human. I'll have emotions. But I do plan on getting back on a writing schedule, because I really need to get back to writing. I have not since COVID hit. I have done very little writing. I've done some, but I've done very little writing. And I have some writing projects that I really, really want to get back to. I just need that spark of inspiration. So, you guys tell me how you do it. How do you keep positive? How do you keep that spark of inspiration? If you're a creative, how do you keep that drive to create new and beautiful things? I want to thank you for listening to my videos. I want to thank you for spending your time with me, because time is precious and you can spend your time anywhere, but you chose it to spend it with me. So I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much. And I will see you in a later video. Oh, please don't forget to subscribe, ring the little bell, and share if you found this information helpful or encouraging. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Bye.